So that video about Aida Martinez, fuck you. This is part two, but moving along. I didn't. After the whole situation with my first, my dad kicked me out the house. I ended up in a shelter. Then I started high school. Cause remember I said in the other video, with my first he was in high school. I was in junior high, so I graduated junior high barely, and I got into high school. My goal for high school was to get into an art school. I was really big on art, and I wanted to really get into an art high school. Um, there was a art high school in Manhattan. I can't remember exactly where. That was mad long ago. I had to draw Michael Jordan and all types of shit, and the little space that I had to draw him in was like a grid, like a little grid space. That shit was crazy. And I had to draw some still life type shit. But I think it was a person in the room who was in front of the room, and I had to draw that person. I didn't do too bad. I could have did better. But I was really more into graffiti and shit. But back in junior high school, I was really into still life. Like you could put a whole vase in there and I'm gonna mimic that shit in my drawing. I was really big on shadows and all types of shit. Painting and all types of shit. I got into a more general populated school that had 5 academies, but it was all art basically. Like I was on the fourth floor. That was like a variety of art, I guess. And above us was like a dance school, some shit, music or dance, some shit. Below me, I don't know what the fuck that was. So now, as an adult in school and college and shit, I'm blocking all types of distractions. Earlier, when I was making those videos, I was being distracted, but that's not the mechanism I was using back then. And I hope my kids don't get distracted. Girls can be very distracting. I'm pretty sure they know I know that. Mixed greens, feta cheese, grape tomatoes, balsamic vinaigrette dressing, buffalo wings, veggie nuggets, and tater tots, and a Mexican soda, tamarind, which is so cool. Now, early in the videos, I was like, when I was working for real estate, I think the setup came from my kid's father's mother. It could have came from that teacher, the condom teacher. It could have came from her because I heard she had moved to White Plains. There's a little White Plains area in the Bronx, apart from White Plains, White Plains. So it could have been from her because in that co-op building that he live in, I have a teacher in there too. So it's crazy. My point is, people for some reason thought I was more secretive than what I really was, which is always annoying. Not that I like my business all out there, but you could kind of get a glimpse and a hint of what is out there and what isn't. You could kind of know what the people know already, what they don't, right? In the other videos, when I was like during that case time, my family was fetching my cousins for some reason, like they could help, but they really couldn't. But during that time, I was being tested. Like sometimes we would talk about the situation, and my mother and my cousin would ask me stuff like, "Well, if he was to move, would you move with him?" No, unless he asked me to. We always discussed moving, right? And I always said, I want my own shit. I want my own shit because if I move to your shit, you could always have the power to throw me out. And I already had that experience with my father, right? And I figured my nigga probably gonna do the same shit, you know. Because no matter how many times you try or how much you try to kind of block certain childhood shit, that shit resurfaces. I recently saw a movie like that. That shit resurfaced on the shit on the chick, and that shit was ugly because you don't. Sometimes you don't even know your brain is used to certain shit, and so no matter how grown, that shit is resurfacing. Little do you see it. Like shit has to really go down for you to like, oh shit, this is what's happening. So I don't ever want a guy or a bitch to ever take that opportunity away from me, to like ever have me feel so low to where they throwing me out they shit. I want to have that power. I want to have that control, right? But I'm currently living with my nigga. This is his shit. This ain't my shit. This is his shit. So at the same time, you can't knock it either because it's like if you are in that situation where you are under your man or your bitch's shit, you gotta always work on your shit. You always have to know if shit don't work out, you gotta leave. And that's where I'm at with it. I cannot. And I'm always talking to him about this, and he's like, "Well, don't try not to like really root for us not to last. Like try to like And it's not that I'm rooting for us not to last, but that shit needs to stay in my head. Like this is not my shit. This is your shit. I live here, but this is your shit. This is not my shit until the name is on the lease. And that's a bit crazy to me. How something so small could manipulate the way you think. So when they ask me that, I'm like, are they serious? I cannot move in with this nigga if I'm not even sure he will be beating my ass every day just because he don't like something. Like, that's the same nigga that threw me out of a car with no warning. No warning, really. He just didn't want me there. That wasn't even his shit. That was his cousin's shit. And he gonna throw me out of the car. I fell to the ground. My whole back aches today because of that. And then I realized, wow, that's like the third time I'm on the floor because of this nigga. That's not cute. He always used to claim, well, I don't put hands on you. I don't leave marks on you. So I'm not that bad. I don't know why you're always trying to leave. Or I don't know why you're always trying to break. I don't understand why you always need a break. All this extra dumb shit he used to say. And it's like, You can't manipulate how I'm viewing domestic violence, my nigga. You don't know what the fuck I've been through to even make me feel a flinch. Like, the fuck? That's why God blessed you with a daughter. Let that bitch complain about some shit like that. And that's what I mean. Like, I'm an easy going person. You can talk to me about anything. Why even try to put your hands on me? Why try to make me feel like I'm your daughter, nigga? No. I'm grown. I do whatever the fuck I want to do. If you don't know how to act in your place, in your position, someone's gonna replace you. He basically said that shit to me when he made a baby somewhere else. I'm pretty sure he didn't know he was making a baby. I'm pretty sure he was just fucking two bitches, maybe more at the same time. Not in the same room. I mean, like during the same timing. Cause he pussy. See, he's pussy. But it's like, why you ain't let me know you was fucking other bitches? At that time, I really was not fucking other niggas. So it's like, why wouldn't you let me know that? So, what was the point of you fucking me if you had a whole girlfriend at the time? Do you know how weird that feels? That once I was your girlfriend and once I knew you was never really faithful to me, and yet I still had two of your kids. It's not like you wanted me to have them, right? Because that's been your point before. It's just you knew my situation. You knew I wasn't gonna have abortions again. And why not use condoms? Why not use condoms? What up there you need to feel so bad that you can't put a fucking condom on? I didn't even press you to put them on. That's what's sad. Girls need to practice more safe sex. Seriously. To this day, I'm having difficulties making sure my man put one on. He's like, why? You my lady. Why? But I've heard those before. I just pray that if you start fucking around, you don't come back to me with some shit. Cause I think that's what my kid's father did during that time. After those couple of months we was fucking, I got sick. It was treatable, but I got sick, and I never got sick before. Like before I went to the GYN, before I went to the when I went to the GYN that good time before we did Connecticut trip with the best friend, I had like a little bacteria that shit was treatable. A little bacteria, it wasn't too much, but it's probably because I wasn't treating my pussy the way I needed to treat it. And who the fuck was I fucking then? So it's like during this time that me and him started fucking again. I wasn't fucking nobody else. We was fucking in 2019. Remember, he my case was in 2018. 2019 we was fucking. 2020 I was a little mixy, but que yo sepa I was good. From that December in 2020 to March of 2021, we was fucking. April I got sick. So, what was that? What was that about? And my bacteria levels was OD. Now, during this time I was healing from nipple piercings. So I want to believe it was that. But at the same time, not if he was really fucking a whole bitch and she was pregnant at the time. And I told the bitch, if he's fucking around, I might want to go get checked. So she wanted to play innocent and dumb. I'm like, all right. And I'm just like, wow. That's why in their relationship, I pray they have communication, better communication than me and him ever did. Um, if we fell out of the relationship, I always let him know. Let's say I need a break, or like If we were broken up, listen, I already met someone. Listen, I'm in a relationship with someone. Like, I don't understand why he has such a problem doing the same. Now, to him and his parents, they feel like he don't need to tell me nothing. That's his business, blah, blah, blah. But you hypocritical, bitch, because you have yet to let us know, because his mother loves to act like her marriage is so perfect. And I'm trying to I still have a headache sometimes figuring out how the fuck your nigga cheated on you and you the perfect bitch. How? That shit will eat your brains out, not knowing. And now she has a granddaughter. Now she has an extra chick. She don't like tea time. She don't know what tea time is all about. Because if she knew her little man's is fucking, she had to pull out the extra bag of condoms again. And he didn't listen. He didn't listen. So I don't know. Some days I want to purchase condoms and send that shit over. My son about to be 14 this year. 14. And then after that, my son's gonna be 12. So it's like, whoa, what's going on? I might really have to hit the hospital. Like, what's going on? Update me. And I don't know. Maybe I should give birth in New York, right? Because that'll be easy. If I pick one of those hospitals where I had them at, it'll be easy to kind of get the scoop on them. But I don't know. I don't think it's fair to my man. So much to think about when there's so much sneakiness going on. Sneaky, sneaky motherfuckers.